Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are in EA's brand new F1 26. This is the DLC update. We are going to jump into career mode and see what we can get going. We are still with Williams, and I believe this is the last year of our contract. Jumping forward now towards the livery reveals. Let's see how they look. That's a long loading screen. Oh my god, there we go. Got the Mercedes, very cool. Everybody's the exact same height for some reason. So I'll pretend to look at the Cadillac. Oh, they did Hadjar dirty. That was my stupid ass character. Dude, they did Hadjar so dirty. Sergio looks good. Alonso's kind of messed up. Ooh. Beautiful stuff. Let's jump straight forward to Australia, first round of the year, and at this point I was kind of still figuring out how to drive the car. For some reason I was driving with the battery in either an on or an off situation. As you can see, my ERS deploys in none, and I'm just using the boost mode for some extra power for some reason. And then I qualified like 20th or 22nd because I was driving the car completely wrong. And also, I didn't know this, but I had traction control set to medium whenever I went through and did my settings and everything. I meant to click it twice and I only clicked it once. I didn't realize that until Japan, which will be in the next video. So for the first like 2 races of the year, I was just like, man, these cars have really great rear grip. And then I checked just out of curiosity. I was like, oh, there's medium traction control on, which you can kind of see occasionally because the revs will kind of bog a little bit for no reason. But heading towards the line, it is a 120.3, which will be my fastest lap. And here on a cool lap, just, you know, getting out of the way, being off the racing line. Mercedes checks up, so go through the corner. Now the Cadillac checks up as well. There's an Alpine joining the mix. Still off the racing line. Nobody wants to go. Alright, go through the corner. Cadillac, you can go. And Liam Lawson drives into the side of me, and that is clearly my fault. Please give me a 5 place grid penalty. 5 seconds isn't enough. This is my second push lap and just getting a kiss of the grass, and there it goes. No chance for improvement there. Jumping straight towards the start of the race. 5 lights. And we are green. Yeah, you should not be able to just hold your foot flat to the floor as Bortoleto chops across. And I don't know why, but the audio on race starts is absolutely horrible. Already getting a track limits check. But yeah, I think it's whenever every car is in like the same exact place, my somewhat okay, kind of shitty PC doesn't really know what to do with the audio. So that is an issue on my end. That is not your TV or phone or whatever messing up. That's on my end. And I still don't know how to race these cars. One thing that I have seen is that flying past Stroll. Holy shit. Thank you, Mark. As Stroll comes back with a huge amount of battery surge. But one thing I have seen online is that the AI is really, really good at qualifying, but then they lose a lot of time in race pace and race trim. And from what I've seen, it's that in qualifying they have an unlimited amount of battery, but then during the race they don't have that. Like for 1 lap they could just hold it in boost mode the whole time, and we obviously can't do that. Trying to get a good line here on Bottas in his first race back as a Cadillac driver.
Okay, so overtake mode.
You know what I mean.
We'll get some extra power from the hybrid system now. Use boost on the next long straight to get past.
Braking way too late, going straight into the grass. Thankful I didn't take out Bortoletto there. But, yeah, for some reason, I was driving it really weird. I was driving the car very strangely to where about, I don't know, 25 meters before the braking zone. So, you know, whatever it is. Like for here, I would ease on the brakes.
Right, you've got boost mode available now.
I'm too tired
Use it
for
if
this
you want
shit.
to.
We're making overtakes left, right, and center. What I'm trying to say is that I was driving the car weird, is that I would go like 30% brake pressure for the first like 20-25 meters of the braking zone as we get our first 3-second
I'm afraid to
time
give you a
penalty.
time penalty for that last incident, mate.
Thank you, Mark.
Badgie.
As a way to recharge the battery, I would just kind of get a little regen going, but then I wasn't getting any more like regen as opposed to just braking normally. Braking once again way too late, going straight on into the grass, thankfully keeping it out of the wall.
I'm afraid we didn't quite get what we needed there, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down now, chin up, and let's focus right until the checkered flag.
I swear to God, I'm gonna kill Mark. On the same lap, getting past Stroll into the left-right, almost spinning in the left part, but getting past. The very next lap, caught up to Lindblad. Around the outside, thank you very much. Are we gonna get a 2-for-1 special? We are.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Bye-bye Perez. Ocon is now the car ahead, see if we can do anything. Pretty good chicane there. Oh, that is Liam Lawson out of the session. That's what he gets for crashing into me in qualifying. Loser. Thank you, Ocon. Little send up the inside into 3, I believe. Didn't quite work out. Trying for the switchback, but ultimately it is going to be in the same exact spot that I get damn near every overtake in this race. 2. Nope, won't come back. And then we have Alonso here. Goodbye. So just trying to maneuver with that 3-second penalty, but we are going to pit on lap 10 behind Behrman. And I didn't initially have my like turn into the pit box button mapped, so I had to. And here, this is single player. I don't know why we're connecting to the EA servers.
Oh, great stuff. You hit that target. Really good job.
Beautiful little maneuver here. Yeah, I don't know why we were connecting to the EA servers in the middle of a single player session. And then George Russell checks up insane. Insano style. He didn't even have like an issue. He just started driving slowly. Because he's still going. Here Bortoletto is tracking down Antonelli, or I believe we are both going past Bortoletto. My mistake. Little send up the inside, didn't quite stick. It's okay, we'll try another time. As we have Hajar coming out of the pits and just about getting in our way, trying to get past him immediately. Spinning the rears like crazy on the curb. Can't quite get the move done. Trying for a switchback for some reason. But getting another 3-second penalty, which brings our total up to 6 seconds. So we are going to box at the end of this lap. Lap 18 and run laps 19 through 29 on the hards. As we do get the overtake just before Perez goes into the pits for his second stop, or third stop, I don't know. Once again, past Lindblad, I want the outside, and he tries to cut me off, as he was entitled to do, but I just wedged my way through. And he is sniffing my ass.
Right, you've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to.
Thank you, Mark. As if that wasn't what I was doing the entire fucking time. The engineer in this game pisses me off so much. Here, I thought there were yellow flag because it was yellow and then it switched to green and then it's gonna go back to yellow. So, Gasly just got the luckiest overtake of his life. But, I think on the same lap. Yep. Straight past him. Outbraking into the left-right.
14.0 seconds.
14 seconds to the car in front. as we get our third 3-second time penalty for track limits, bringing that up to 9 seconds. Mark, shut up. And with that, at the end of the race, that 9-second penalty drops us 3 seconds behind Gasly. That is P9 in our opening bout of the 2026 F1 season. And somehow get driver of the day. Not sure why. Heading to China. Why the fuck did I put that as subtitles? Oh yeah, wet. That's all I gotta say about this one. Wet. And something I didn't know. You don't get overtake, or you don't get boost mode in the wet. As we once again have our lovely little audio going here. Jesus. So sorry, everybody. As we are just gonna hug that inside line. Get all of those tasty little positions. Thank you very much. Trying the outside line now. If this was a karting race, I'd be doing fantastic. And I still had traction control set to medium. And I'm still spinning my tires like crazy. And I had no idea where any of the braking zones were. Didn't know how traction was gonna go. So this was just a learning on the fly experience. And in this really, really wet condition, I just couldn't do it. Missed my braking point. Immediately brought out a caution. Didn't chop across the track and kill anybody. Heading through the snail, heading out of the snail. I saw the F1 esports race as out Lindblad. You know what, Mark, you do it. Coming out of the snail, out of that left-hander, instead of taking a wider line, the esports guys were hugging the left-hand side a little bit more, so I decided to try it, and kind of worked, I think. Down towards turn, I want to say 14, 15? One of those, you know, something like that. Lap 6, I mean, they're right behind me, and then lap 8, 2 laps later, it just started to dry just a little bit, and immediately pulled a 2-second gap. But at this point, I am in full fuel save mode, because for some reason, I just can't save fuel. Portoletto does get by, very easy. Send it up the inside, thank you very much. I'll retake P10. I'm not sure why I was fighting so hard for P10, but I think I just didn't want to fall back into the pack, as we are once again going defensive and having to lift and coast. And I mean, we are so close to not making this race finish. I mean, Jesus, there's no traction out here, and I'm just not accelerating. As we are now in low fuel mode, Jesus, heading towards the checkered foul. Oh my god. I am so sorry, God. Fuck! I'm so sorry, guys. I am incredibly tired right now. And this is my fastest qualifying time at China, will be this lap. Dump the battery, a little over 200 miles an hour, flick it through. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I think it was during this qualifying lap that I really kind of figured out how to drive these cars. And it's just, I'm not sure what clicked, but something worked.
Down to P12.
Yeah, so initial effort had us up in P12. A little bit of a flick, because that's still a thing. And we are already 4 tenths up, 3.5 tenths up. Heading through the big ol' left, and then next to the not so big ol' right, to the very sharp left. I have no idea if any of these corners have names or what numbers they are, because I don't care about China like that. But that is the checkered flag, so this is it. This is all or nothing. And as you can tell by the 1 second gap I have to my my best time previously, I did kind of figure out the best way to drive these things on the fly. Dumping the battery down this long ass back straight. This thing honestly gets boring. Up to 212 miles an hour. Thank you very much. A little bit of recharge there. Turned in a bit too early, probably cost me a little bit of time on exit. Dumping the battery again, brake just before the 50, flick it through, easy on the exit, lost a little bit more time there as we go to 4th place. Now, I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but the lights are out, and I go. We once again have the audio issue, and nobody gets a good start, which I was thinking, alright, maybe I just got a fantastic start. But then Norris just kind of wasn't accelerating and wasn't carrying a lot of speed. I think the AI still thought it was wet. I don't know, because I already have it like a 2-second gap. And over the next like 2 laps, look at that, it's already at 9 seconds. Look at that, 10 seconds. Fastest lap. Yeah, Mark, shut up. It's gonna peak somewhere around here at about 19.3 seconds. We're on lap 2. Like, I've been driving normally. I haven't been... There's no way to get a 19-second gap organically in 2 laps. Like, there's no issues. There were no, like, yellows or anything. So, extending the mediums as much as I could all the way to lap 12. This was supposed to be a 2-stop race, but because I had a huge gap, I was able to just hold back on pace and make it a 1-stop.
Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race in this compound.
Yes, Mark. Thank you so much. As we come out in the net lead, but then a little while later, Alex Albon, our teammate, goes out for the 2nd race in a row, and we have a safety car.
Don't worry about the target.
Very spicy. And I didn't know that I wouldn't have overtake immediately whenever I wanted to go. So I went and I was spamming the B button, and then nothing was happening. Oh, shittings. I think that just aged this video to a very specific point in time.
Green flag.
But there's the overtake mode. As we got about an 8/10 gap, and then it goes down to a 4/10 gap, 3/10 gap, 2/10 gap, 1/10 gap. Russell sends a move around the outside. Very nice little defensive move there.
Keep on him. He might make a mistake.
Mark, I swear to God, I'm gonna throat punch you, dude. You need to stop talking. I'm not sure where Russell went, but he just went out on his own. And I think around here we get a little, objective to stay ahead of Russell, as if we're not side by side. And I kind of save on battery a little bit coming out of here for some reason, and immediately fail it, even though I got right back past him 2 seconds later.
Let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race.
Just edging ahead before this left-hander. Getting the traction down. Very lovely stuff. Barreling towards turn 14 just before the 100 board, which turned out to be a little bit too late. But brake deep, force them out wide. The AI doesn't know what to do. So they get a little track limits penalty. That's a little bit foreboding. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Going defensive against Russell as he tries the outside line. Not gonna work, hopefully. Nope, just force him out. And this is the kind of line I was talking about, where you just kind of hug the left-hand side a little bit. And they do get a better run because I'm terrible on traction, and I have no idea like how to feel the traction. As we get a 3-second penalty. Ooh, that's gonna hurt, especially because we only have 8 laps now. Mark? Know where you live, Mark. A little bit of side-by-side action here. Russell looking towards the inside, and he's gonna get it. As I kind of shuffle myself out wide, but then in the left-hander, he just doesn't commit. And so I can just take the place back. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. As we get our second 3-second time penalty. And on lap 24, you're going to see George Russell spin his car. And in the very back there, you can see everybody checks out. So they're going to call
Okay, the
another
car is
safety
out.
car.
Safety
I'll have
car
6
is out.
seconds worth of
You need to
penalties.
form up at reduced pace. Keep
And
a close
even
eye on that
worse,
delta time. Make sure to keep it
even worse,
positive.
they're going to call a red flag for George Russell spinning his car. I don't even want to know what I
Deja
looked
vu
like,
here,
but
it's a good opportunity to get this start spot on. Come on.
we are green on lap 26. I mean, this is all I have to pull a 6-second gap in 3 laps. That's 2 seconds a lap with overtake enabled. Can I do it? I don't know, but I'm not even the worst person when it comes to penalties. Charles Leclerc has a 10-second penalty, probably for hitting George Russell. I don't know if you saw it on the restart because it only showed up for like half a second. But George Russell actually ended up getting disqualified, I think for like causing an incident or like blocking the track or something. Dude spun and they're like, no, that's not okay. He got disqualified. I just think that's funny. Just eking out a gap. See, I didn't have a good set of soft tires that I could like legitimately run for this. I mean, I had a set, but I mean, they were already like, they were starting at like 75-80%, which by the end of that would have put them at like 55-60%, which sucks as I go all the way to the right to break the toe. Doesn't even matter, the gap barely goes up. Wow, good job, Riley. You got 300s there. As I brake way too early, leave a bunch of time on the table, and let everybody catch right back up to me. Two purple sectors. Can we make it all the way to the green flag without getting caught? Or, excuse me, while extending a 6-second lead, which now means 3 seconds a lap, every single lap. So we gotta go full balls to the wall. I don't know why I wasn't treating this like a qualifying mode.
Okay, mate,
We were gonna go straight to Mark. I'm firing Mark. I think I'm gonna fire Mark. Is that Will Buxton's voice? I feel like it's Will Buxton's voice. Unless I'm just deaf. Or don't know voices, both of which are definitely true. So we need to pull about 5.5 seconds on this lap, which is technically doable, but all of it is like, you know, Crashgate-esque things. But Albon's already out of the race, so I can't even like, I'd have to brake check Norris and then somehow pull 5.5 seconds out of that. It was probably around here where I was just getting, yeah, a little bit frustrated. Thank you, game. And realizing that all of that effort, all of that luck would be for naught because of my lackluster driving. Barreling onto the back straight for the last time. Yep, this was very frustrating. At this point, I mean, I probably should just like put the ERS in none, that way I could save a little bit of ERS health. Almost spinning the damn car. I mean, this was not a good turnout. I mean, the first half of the race was so great, but I think that's because I didn't have to push all the way. As after the penalty is applied, we are going to finish.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way
Thank you,
in.
Mark. 9th place, once again. So both of these races in our opening effort finish P9, but that will change in the next episode, so stay tuned. I don't like that I sounded like that. I hope y'all enjoyed. See y'all next time. Goodbye.